We're now heading to what's been called the Atlantis of the desert.
It might seem strange to start a search for Atlantis here in the desert.
As it turns out, there are a lot of connections between this town
and the ocean.
So what do you think? Could this be the site of Atlantis?
Well, it's true that when this city was populated, enormous dams and reservoirs held back the floodwaters every winter. So it could be that this is the city that was flooded by the sea. But on the other hand, we are awfully far out into the desert. We'll have to go explore more to find out. It's an elaborate set of reservoirs. Water came right through here and went down to the city. Petra, Atlantis of the desert. Petra was the richest town of the Hellenistic world. In fact, Strabo said displays of riches existed here like nowhere else in the Roman world. Gold, silk, spices went down through this city and were distributed around the world. So here we are at the Great Sphinx.
The Sphinx was buried up to its chin for thousands of years under the sand.
So it was buried here. There's no wind. There's no wind damage.
So my theory is that maybe the Sphinx is much older, and it flooded before the Pyramid of Cheops was even built. So rather than being 300 years younger, maybe it's a lot older. And maybe Herodotus is right, and it's as much as 12,000 years old.
Here we are at the Pyramid of Cheops, and I think there's something really important to notice about the stones. Queen's Pyramid.
Only about 50 yards away from the Pyramid of Cheops, but look at this. Look at this damage. Look at this weathering. These stones are falling apart. You just saw the Pyramid of Cheops, totally different quality and surface structure of those stones. These stones are more like the Pyramid of Unas. These stones indicate to me that this is a much older structure, and it matches the weathering of the Sphinx. And in fact, it looks like, rather than the Sphinx being 300 years younger, it looks like it's a lot older. More like the Pyramid of Unas, more like the Queen's Pyramids. This search we've started for Atlantis is a treasure hunt. Some clues will be buried deep beneath the sea, but others, like the Great Sphinx, are hidden in plain sight. This is the first physical evidence to blow away current archaeologist dating of the Great Sphinx. Now the real question, what if the Egyptians didn't even build the Sphinx? Impossible? There's radiological evidence, linguistic evidence, that points to something unbelievable.
So we don't know how old that building is, or if it's even related to the pyramids. The pyramids could have been built next to it instead of the other way around.